You look pretty calm while they're screaming at you.
Yeah, well, you know, better to be calm most
You
of the time.
said it's best to let the unreasonable opposition speak.
Because they manifest themselves as unreasonable, and then everyone can see it.
But everybody doesn't see it.
No, but lots of people see it. The first video that I was featured in, let's say, that went viral, which has had about 4 million views, was taken by some protesters. They accosted me after a free speech rally at the University of Toronto that emerged after I made my videos objecting to Canadian legislation. And they videotaped it. They were calling me out on my hypothetically bigoted stance with regards to this legislation, and they put it online, and like 4 million people have watched it, and the comments are 100 to 1 negative. I mean, the protesters put it up because they thought it would discredit me, but that didn't work at all. And all the protests that have been leveled against me, some of which were quite ugly, especially the ones that I won at Queen's University, have had, I would say, exactly the opposite effect of that which was intended.
Ugly because?
It was dark. We were in a hall. It was kind of a church-like hall. There was about 900 of us that had come to hear myself and another professor speak, and the hall was lined with stained glass, big stained glass windows, probably 10 feet high, and the protesters, say 10 of them along the one side, the protesters climbed up on the window wells and pounded on them like quite forcefully for 90 minutes. And so from inside, one of them pounded on the window hard enough to break it and cut herself and left blood on the window, and she was later arrested carrying a garrote, which was not exactly, that's not exactly a defensive weapon. Anyways, so for everybody inside, all we could see were these shadowy figures against the stained glass pounding away, you know, and the protesters outside were chanting such things as barricade the doors and burn it down, which if you know anything about 20th century history and about the fact that those sorts of things happened, then that's not exactly the sort of thing that's acceptable to be pronounced at a protest. So it was a creepy, dark protest, and nobody that was in that hall, 900 well-behaved university students who had come to hear a lecture, nobody who was in that hall is going to soon forget that. About 750,000 people have watched it now.